He received from other water bodies, he received a whole lot of things, but he had no way of giving out. I'm talking about the individuals, the consumer individuals who are in the nation. For instance, some of you spend your morning hours that you're supposed to use for deep work to do, so we import almost everything that we use in the country. You know what usually happens? That when they start hearing big figures, they feel like it's fake. They feel like, what is all this? It's not me. We have physical products, and then we have software as a service. That is SaaS, SaaS. If you spend 8 hours every single day for 40 years, and you're receiving stipends for it, that is how you've spent your life. We are not a producer nation. Good morning, afternoon, evening, based on wherever you're joining us from. So once again, welcome to my YouTube channel, where I'll be opening your mind to several things you may have known or may not have known. Alright, so let's get started. Today I'll be talking about the consumer nation. The topic does not sound enticing at all, but it's very important that you learn this. Okay, so what is the consumer nation, or which kind of nation is considered as a consumer nation? A consumer nation is a set of people or a country that does more of consuming than producing. You get it? A country that does more of consuming, that is, they receive, and they don't give out. Let me paint an illustration for you from the Bible. There was a popular sea in the Bible that was called the Dead Sea. Now, the reason why it was called the Dead Sea was not because the sea was dead. No, it was because the sea was receiving. It received from other water bodies, it received a whole lot of things, but it had no way of giving out. He had no way of releasing what he had received. So it received all the junks and all the dirt from all parts of the world, from different water bodies, rivers, lagoons, and all of that. It received that, and then it was not giving out. So the whole thing kept congesting. That is why it was called the Dead Sea. Now, how does this relate to our country? Now, mind you, I'm not here to talk about our country or the government. I am here to talk about something very important. It is a group of people that makes up and villages make up a community, communities make up a state, so on and so forth. Different states make up a country. So it starts from people. So when I talk about consumer nation, I am not talking about the country. I'm talking about the individuals, the consumer individuals who are in the nation. So we import almost everything that we use in the country. We import fuels, we import cars, we import clothes, we import most of our food, we import even down to phones that we use. Most of these things are imported into the country. Even the things that are native to us, even the things that are mined here in Nigeria, will be taken out there to be refined before it's now brought back to us for us to be able to use them. It tells us something, and it's also ringing a bell or educating us towards something. What is that thing? It is the fact that, and this thing, as it has been going, it has been teaching us that we don't have what it takes to produce. We only have what it takes to depend on other nations so that we can survive. And you know what it means? Remember that those days where in your family, they're having, maybe your family is, they are cooking in your house, and then you have to like go to the neighbor and ask for something, and ask for something, and ask for something. At some time, that your neighbor will become weary of you because they know that you don't have anything. You know the way it happens in the hostel now? That's one girl that doesn't have anything. She will borrow water, she will borrow Maggi, she will borrow salt, she will borrow almost everything, and then all those things that she has borrowed, she'll now use it to cook. That's what I'm talking about. So as a result of borrowing or importing all these things, is that it has educated our mind to think that we don't have what it takes to produce. So therefore, when these things are brought to us, we consume time, we consume energy, we consume our attention. All right, let me tell you a bit about something. The way the mind is formed is such that you are exposed to something regularly, and all of a sudden your mind becomes, that thing becomes natural or native to your mind, such that whenever you encounter anything like that, your immediate response is, okay, this is it now. What are we going to do about it? Let me give you an instance. Somebody who grew up in a rich family, somebody grew up in a rich environment, rich family, they grew up hearing big numbers, big figures, and then they know that their immediate response to anything is not, oh, I cannot do it, or that thing is too expensive. That is not their immediate response. Whereas somebody who grew up in a very poor environment, a very poor society, everything there, they have to be beggarly, they have to beg to get something. You know what usually happens? That when they start hearing big figures, they feel like it's fake. They feel like, what is all this? It's not me. In fact, they can't even get to do anything. So you see the different exposure, right? Now, the exposure we are getting as a consumer nation is that it feeds our mind to make us think as consumers only, not as producers. And when I talk about producers, maybe thinking of big things, but I'm getting there. I will break it down into the simplest of simplest things that you can produce as an individual. As a nation, we are more of consumers than producers. Now, as an individual, you are doing exactly the same thing the economy is doing. You spend 4 to 6 hours, most of you 8 hours on TikTok just scrolling or watching Pella do his drama on his live stream. When you're done with that, you are spending time on things that you are not engaging your brain to think or to work. You're spending time on things that, trigger your dopamine, make you feel good, and make you feel comfortable. And then once you're done with that, you spend your energy worrying about how that the fuel price is increasing, how that your Rattel King went to go and fight with and so person and is fighting with this, how that you're spending your mind worrying on those things. As if that is not enough, you also spend your attention on the things that are not valuable. Like arguing on football scores, how that Messi is better than Ronaldo, how you see how you are spending your time, your energy, and your attention on trivial things, on things that does not engage your brain in any way. Let's talk about time, energy, and attention. First off, let's talk about time. Time is one thing that both the poor and the rich has it equal. Everybody has 24 hours, but the way you use your own 24 hours, it's very, very important because it determines how your whole life is spent. Let me break it down for you. If you spend 8 hours every single day for 40 years and you're receiving stipends for it, that is how you've spent your life. If you spend 8 hours every day on scrolling and not receiving anything, that is how you've also spent your life. And lastly, if you spend 4 or 5 hours every day on thinking of something you can create, thinking of how you can solve people's problem in exchange for value. This value can be money, can be anything. If you are thinking that way and you are doing that thing, then that is how you will spend your life. Do you understand? Now, energy. Energy is dependent on time. All right, because not all time in the day have equal amount of energy. Your 7 a.m. cannot be the same thing as your 10 p.m. because 7 a.m. probably you woke up a few hours earlier and then your brain is still fresh. Your brain can still do a lot of work. That is your peak energy moment. But 10 p.m. your brain is rewinding. Your brain wants to summarize everything and just get to bed and done for the day. Do you get? So you need to learn how to manage your energy properly. And know times that you're supposed to do deep work. I know the times you're supposed to do, light energy work and then things that does not require so much attention. For instance, some of you spend your morning hours that you're supposed to use for deep work to do scrolling, to reply to messages, to read those boring email, to sometimes you spend it chatting with people on WhatsApp and thinking that will be of any help to you. High energy demanding tasks should be done in high energy moments. And low energy demanding tasks should be done in low energy moments. Do you get the difference? Now, let's talk about attention. It's one of the things that has been taken away from you. Many of the apps you use today, most especially the social media apps, these guys have employed people who are professionals in capturing attention. And many of the people who create content are professionals in doing things that will keep your attention on their content, that will keep you reading or keep you watching. You see my video, I don't even have background sound, I don't even do any of the thing because I am not trying to get your attention. I want the serious one to stay on this video and watch it to the end. Now back to what I was saying. So they've done everything possible to get your attention. That's why if you don't open an app in 2 days, they're going to send you notification. Yes, all those notifications are trying to get your attention. Look at me, come and see me. Have you not missed me? That one, all of those notifications, they are doing everything possible to get your attention and to keep your attention on them because they know that your attention in this age now is a currency. The same way money is a currency, the same way time is a currency, that same way your attention is a currency because your time and your energy, even your money, goes where your attention is. Somebody who has your attention can sell to you. Somebody who has your attention can scam you. Somebody who has your attention can do anything to you. The reason why you are listening to me now is because I have your attention. If I don't have your attention, you could have swiped from my video and go do other things with your life. So you see how important your attention is. Yes. So you must pay close attention to how you manage your attention, to the things that you focus on, to the places where your attention goes. Let me give you an instance. Somebody who like chasing girls, their time and their energy will be invested heavily on chasing ladies. because they have to do everything possible to keep her, to text her all the time, to know how she's feeling, to see her, to sit down and spend more time with her. All of those things, they are burning their time and then they are consuming their energy and their attention is going there. Do you get it now? Same way, if you put your attention on building a business, your time and your energy will go there because you spend your high energy moments on that task, on trying to think of how you will grow that business, trying to think of how you will make that business get to more customers. Hope you are following. So now let's talk about producing. I've been talking about consuming all this while. So let's talk about producing. What does it mean to produce? Because many of you have been hearing that thing. You think it is you trying to produce something that, let's say you build a manufacturing company and then start producing snacks or start producing buckets. No. Those ones, that are at larger scale. Talking about at a very basic scale, producing means being able to solve someone's problem. In order to be somebody that is valuable in the world of today, you have to be able to solve a person's problem. Nobody's going to give you anything if you don't know how to solve their problem. I know you will think that everybody is selfish. Yes, they are. If this video has no value for you, will not stay up to this moment because everybody is selfish. All right. So you must think of ways that you can solve their problem. By solving their problems, then they can give you their money. That is how life works. So if, as an individual, you sit down and you are preoccupied thinking on ways, on strategies that you can use to solve people's problem, then that way you are creating, because you are engaging the functional part of your brain. So the first step to producing is solving people's problem. Now, in order to solve a problem, you need to think of either a tool or a skill or a product that can solve that person's problem. So let me give you an instance. If I'm thirsty, my problem is that I'm thirsty. The way you can solve that my problem is by giving me water, right? Which means you can sell me a water and it will quench my thirst. That is giving me product, all right? And there are different kind of products in different ways. I am doing content now, and right here I have different lightings and mic and other equipment that help me, even the camera, that help me produce this content. These are different ways you can think of solving problems. Okay, I can sell lights to people, I can sell audio equipment to people who are creating content. Do you get it? Because many people don't know how to go about creating content. Many people don't know how to go about keeping the light and positioning the light, or which kind of light to even buy. You understand now, right? The other way of selling products to people is by selling a software. We have physical products, and then we have software as a service. That is SaaS, SaaS. Now, the difference between the two is that you have the first one as a physical product, and then the second one is our softwares, our tools that help make life easier. For instance, somebody sat down and thought of a software that will help people connect and make call. They call it Zoom, or they call it Google Meet. Are you getting me? And there are a lot of AI tools today. The one like Claude, like ChatGPT, like Gemini, Notion, Lovable, and a whole lot of them that can help you do things on your software. That is software as a service. And they are all soft products, all right? These are things that you can help market to people or create them yourself that will help solve people's problem or make life easier. Then the last part I'm going to talk about today are skills. There are a whole lot of skills out there that you can learn. Now, the basis to even being able to sell any product or any software is to have skills first. Even to create product is to be able to have skills. You can learn graphic design. It may sound very basic. You can learn web development. You can learn UI UX. You can learn writing. You can learn selling. And selling is a very powerful skill that many people need out there. Yes, everybody that has a product needs to sell their product. So if you are good at selling, then you are needed out there. So if you don't think this way, you will not be able to become that man who is a producer or that lady who is a producer. If as individuals in the nation, we can think of ways that we can produce, think of little problems that we can solve, then collectively we can become a producer nation. But if you're out there saying the economy is bad, this one is bad, then you are part of the problem, because you're not thinking of ways that you can control what is around you. You're not thinking of ways that you can solve the problems, the immediate problems you're seeing around you. You're waiting for one big person up there to come and solve the big problem, because you're not seeing the small problems. You're not seeing the gaps. How can you become a problem-solving individual? By building yourself in a particular direction. And as you are going along that direction, you begin to notice gaps in those directions. And then you begin to solve those problems. Then if there are a large people who need that solution that you are solving, then you make money from it. Another way to become a producer is to stop selling Nigeria and start building Nigeria. It all starts from you as an individual. I know that we don't all believe in this country. We've lost hope in this country. But since you are in this country now, you have to do your own quota of building the country. Yes, whether you like it or yes. Now, many of you want to japa, many of you want to travel abroad, but you think you can just jump into a country that is already made and you're not thinking of producing in that country. Then you're going to be useless. You're going to go there and serve as a servant, as a pauper. If you're already thinking of how you can solve problems in the country where you're from, then if you go there, you'll be more useful to them. There are people they come here and they carry because those people are useful here already before they will take them to their country. But you are here thinking of how you just jump and fly out. Think of ways that you can build your country. Think of ways that you can solve people's problem. And it will change a whole lot of things. Another way is to become a determiner. Become that person that changes things in your corner. Become that person that influences the life of people around you. You determine what happens around you. There are three sets of people I always meet. There are the people who are just there. They're not cold, they're not warm, they are just there. They are lukewarm. And there's a second set of people who are observers or spectators. They sit down there and then they observe everything that is going on. They'll be like, I just see what they are doing. And then there is the third set of people. I call them directors or determinants. They determine what happens. You see them in every group. They are the ones that determine what happens. They are the ones leading. They are the ones in the forefront because their brain is actively working. You get, they are actively looking for things to do that they can change the environment. When they enter the room and the room that was cold becomes hot because their presence changes everything. So be that kind of person. I hope you were able to get value from this video. If you have questions and you want to learn about anything, drop them in the comments. If you even want me to make videos about any topic at all, want me to explain any topic for you, drop them in the comments and I'll be there to answer you in details. Before I end this video, I have a book named Are You the Problem? And I want you to read this book because it will open your mind. Most of the things I talk about in this video are in that book. Imagine the quality of this video and the things you will see in the book. The link to get the book will be in the description. Just click on it and get the book. Thank you very much for watching this video. See you on the next one.